boy Hennythemoor reporting live from the liquor store. How's everybody doing today, man? So, hey, it's finally here, man. Tomorrow, the Dallas Cowboys report to training camp, and it's up from there. The season is officially upon us, man. The season is officially here. So yeah, man. So Dallas Cowboys start training camp tomorrow. They report in Wednesday. They will have their first practice together, man. So we're gonna talk about some upcoming training camp battles, some roster positions, but just different stuff that comes to mind, man. Some questions that need to be answered. Cause hey, we made some moves for the better, but we got to see how everything plays out, man. So we're gonna ask ourselves what questions need to be answered during training camp, to make sure the Dallas Cowboys have a phenomenal season and they're in position to win number 6. But hey, man, y'all know the usual rules and regulations when y'all slide into the liquor store, man. First and foremost, man, I need you to hit that like button for your boy. If you hit that like button, it'll help us manipulate this algorithm and more folks will be able to find their way into the liquor store, man. After you hit that like button, I'm gonna hit that share button. You hit the share button, it's gonna let your mama, your cousins, your aunties, everybody else under the sun know that the liquor store is open for business, man. So, you need to hit the like button, you need to hit the share button. So once you do those two critical things, man, I'm gonna need something else from y'all. After you hit that like and after you hit that share, I'm gonna need you to slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, man. Because if you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, you will receive half off all the merchandise inside the liquor store. Yo, John Jones, what's up with you, man? Hey, real quick, man, let me segue and show some love to the folks that slid through the door, man. So, hey, I see my boy John Jones in the building. Raymond Solid said he was over there showing love to JC Cowboy Network. Salute to you. My boy Sam Broom Fragrances, what's up with you? Joe said he hitting the like button on Facebook, YouTube, and slapping Eagles fans, man. So he doing everything in his power, to show his support. Michael Lockhart, what's good with you, my guy? Eddie Lockhart gang is in full effect in the building, man. Salute to y'all. Desmond Ironman, what's good with you, man? Salute to you. Big Benny Rich to slid through the building, man. Charlie Jones, Eddie Lockhart showing love on YouTube and Facebook. That's love right there. Keystone in the building, man. What's up with you, Tavis? Salute to all y'all good people for sliding in and supporting the liquor store, man. Thank y'all for y'all time. And hey, I know it's Sunday. It's a Sabbath for a lot of people. The holy day. Laying hands on an Eagles fan is probably the best thing to do for them folks, man. You can slap the devil on out of an Eagles fan on a Sunday morning, man, on a Sunday afternoon. So, after you do that, you hit the like button, you hit that share button, you hit that Eagle fan upside the head. Then I'm going to need you to either hit that Cash App or hit that Super Chat, man, so you can get you an opportunity to win some tickets to go see the Dallas Cowboys obliterate the Philadelphia Eagles, man. And we're actually getting ready to wind down, man. We've had this open, since last month. So, we're gonna go ahead and shut the raffle down on the 1st. So, you got today. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 10 days, man. You got 10 days officially to get your raffle entries in order to either win these tickets, this PlayStation 4 or the jersey, man. And we got 3 prizes. The first place winner is going to get a ticket with a seat attached to it, so you can kick back, drink your Calvarita in peace, and just parlay, man. Your second place winner is going to get a ticket to the same game for standing room area. And then the third place winner is either going to get a PlayStation 4 or a Dallas Cowboy jersey of their choice, man. So, if you want to participate, if you just want to show some love to your boy Henny and help me get to these preseason games, man, hit the Cash App, hit the Super Chat. It's $10 a pop for a raffle entry, man. So I appreciate all y'all that's been supporting. And, if you want to get it in, before we cut it off, you said try, get $5, get raffle spot, pray for me, HTM Sports. Hey, I pray. Hey, you in my prayers, man. You in my prayers. Always in my prayers. So yeah, man. So he got till the. He said he got 6. Okay. Well, oh, hey, Matt, Matt, if you send five, because you sent five the other time. So Matt, you sent five already. If you send another five, that'll be a full ticket raffle. So you don't have to send. So yeah. So the way that works, every time that you send $10 in total, it will go towards one raffle entry. So Matt, you already have $5 that you sent before. So if you send $5 this time, I'll go ahead and get you a raffle entry. Because I keep track of everything you send. So if you send $2 one day, $2 another day, when it eventually. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. See, I thought you were trying to send 10 at one time. Nah, you already got some money in, so you good. Jose Banks, what's up with you, my boy? Appreciate you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store. See, I misunderstood you, so you Gucci. All right, so let's move along, man. Let's jump into the content. Let's go ahead and jump right into the content, man. Eastside Herald that came in the show love said rather get a ticket to watch paint dry. Well, either way, yeah, I know. That's exactly what I said, Matt. But yeah, man. Eastside, what's up with you, my boy? I appreciate you for showing love, man. Even though you're a horrible Houston, Texas fan, I do appreciate your support, my guy. Salute to you. So yeah, man, let's jump into the content. So we know the Dallas Cowboys will be reporting to Oxnard tomorrow. And listen, it's here, man. It's here. I know games aren't being played, but the Dallas Cowboys will officially be together, putting work in to try and get over the hump and get you championship number 6. So, with everything that is going on, man, with everything that is going on, we got some questions that need answers. Savage Bank said we love Eastside. Love is a strong word, but he cool people. Yeah, love is a strong word, but we do rock with Eastside Hero, man. He always come through. He's our resident troll, resident hater. So it is all love when Eastside slide through the building, man. The Texans will be better, but it's hard not to be better when you only win like 2 games. So I think the Texans will win at least 4 games this year. They'll win at least 4. Jose Banks said, "Who is we?" All right, man. So let's start with the most important one. Let's start with one of the most important questions that we gotta ask and answer. Will the Dallas Cowboys running back room be up to par this season? Right, those are questions that will be answered sooner rather than later. We already know that Tony Pollard, is going to be the lead back when he's healthy. A lot of early reports say that he'll be ready for training camp, ready to go, ready to rock by the beginning of the season. He was doing pretty much glorified walkthroughs when they were doing OTA, so he was out there. Wasn't going full speed, but he was out there. But, behind Tony Pollard, that is where we have our question marks. When you look at the guys behind Tony Pollard, the only other guy with real NFL experience at this point is Ronald Jones. And Ronald Jones, let's just be honest about Mr. Jones. He has not played that well these last couple of years. The one season when he actually was the lead back for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he lost his starting job during the playoffs. Leonard Fournette took over, and Leonard Fournette was their leading rusher throughout their playoff run. Right, and that was all the way back in like 2020. So 2020, Ronald Jones started 13 games, had 978 yards. Right, 7 touchdowns. But in the 2020 season, he did not start in a single playoff game. He ended up losing his starting job to Leonard Fournette. He has a bit of a fumbling issue. He had 2 fumbles, lost both of them. Has 6 career lost fumbles for his career. Has lost at least 2 fumbles every year that he has started a game. So he didn't start in 2018, but 2019, 2020, and 2021, he was, he started some games. He lost 2 fumbles each of those years. So he has 6 career lost fumbles, seven fumbles on his career. It's not good. He has a ball security issue. Big CJ though, yeah. So Ronald Jones is the next guy up with the most NFL experience, and outside of the 2020 season, he hasn't been really called upon to do a lot of stuff. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and screen share this for y'all so y'all can see what I'm looking at. Well, hey, what's up with you? What's up with y'all Lockhart people, man? What's good with y'all? All right, so this is Ronald Jones' career rushing. These are the career rushing numbers for Ronald Jones. Hey, happy birthday to the Lockharts, man. Salute to y'all. All right. So as you see here, got the starting nod. By the end of the season, lost his starting job. Only ended up starting 3 games in 2021, rushing 428 yards. Still had 2 fumbles and 2 fumbles lost. Did absolutely nothing with the Kansas City Chiefs last year. So what did that tell you? I don't know. Doesn't feel like somebody that can come in there and do too much. He really lost playing privilege. Look at when things were clutch. Postseason. Could not even get on the field in the postseason. So I don't know, man. I'm not really sold on Ronald Jones right now. I'm not sold on him at all. He's appeared in 4 postseason games, 36 carries, 139 yards, averages 3.9 yards a carry, not a single rushing touchdown in the postseason. So I'm not really too sold on Ronald Jones right now. And listen, I'm gonna be straightforward with you. I was calling the man a camp body. Now, will he be able to make some noise and get a roster spot? Who knows? I don't think so, but who knows, right? Because you got to look at everybody else on the roster at this point. The next guy, who we really think a lot about is Malik Davis, right? He would be the next guy up. He was an undrafted free agent for the Dallas Cowboys last year. Played his collegiate football at Florida. Came from a zone run system. Right, he was doing zone runs in college with Tampa. With the Florida Gators. So he's suited for the offense. But the issue with Malik Davis is we have not really seen much from him. He's only had 38 career attempts. He's only got carried the ball 38 times last year. So last year he had 38 carries, 161 yards, a rushing touchdown, but he did average 4.2 yards a carry. Right? So pretty decent production. The original people have slid through the building, man. What's up with you, man? And hey, happy birthday, Etta. Happy birthday. Keep my expectations low. Love Zeke back though. Hey, Bruce got the toxic juice that ran through the building, man. What's up with you, my boy? So, as a matter of fact, let me get that uploaded next, right? So we can take a look at Malik Davis, because we just looked at Ronald Jones. We saw he did lose his starting job during the postseason. Leonard Fournette did not relinquish it. And listen, I'm not saying that Malik Davis can't be something. He has a lot of upside. He has a lot of upside. He had some explosive runs for us last year. He was productive for us for the most part. He just didn't really get a lot of opportunities. So he is another unknown. So when you look at the running back room outside of Tony Pollard, Ronald Jones, who lost his starting job in Tampa Bay, Malik Davis, who only has 38 career carries, you got Rico Dowd, who we cut and signed back, and then of course, last but not least, you also got Deuce Vaughn, right? Who was a great running back in college, right? Great running back in college, but we will have to see, if that can translate over to the NFL at his size, because the man is, he's only like 5'5", sub 200 pounds. We'll have to figure it out. Hold that thought. Matter of fact, y'all give me 2 seconds. I got to actually get up and do something, but I'm finna play this video for y'all of the Dallas Cowboys, of the Eagles fans being mortified of the Dallas Cowboys and the thought of playing Dak Prescott. Every time I got to step away, I'm gonna play something crazy for y'all. So give me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dallas tough too. Dak always kills us, so he's healthy for week. Dak always kills us. So
yeah, that fucker, he always does it too. Yeah.
Week 9 against Dallas, 4:25 p.m. We got, if we have Hurts and they have Dak, it would only be their second time playing against each other. In the first game, Hurts got beat pretty bad. 2021, we lost pretty bad against them when Dak and Hurts both played. And then last year, obviously, we had the backup, so didn't happen. That's going to be a tough. I mean, that's like getting a big it's getting a big time weight off our shoulders. Like if we could just beat that team with Dak, I just feel so good about that. Because to be honest, we haven't done it in forever. Since 2019, they haven't beat the Cowboys with Dak Prescott. And we all talk about how he's mediocre and all this, but plays well against us. So we got to go out there and I think we got to go out there and win. He's healthy for week.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, that never gets old, right? So yeah, I made it back in a decent time, but yeah, there's not a lot of experience in this running back room right now, man. Outside of Tony Pollard, we don't think a lot of Ronald Jones. We have not really given Malik Davis an opportunity, to get a lot of carries to see what he can really do. Deuce Vaughn is a raw rookie that has never performed in the NFL before, never taken an NFL snap up to this point. And then Rico Dowd, we all know that Rico Dowd has not played a lot of football, right? So the Dallas Cowboys, they got a lot of interesting questions at the running back position. And then, we're actually thinking about Hunter Lukey, right? Hunter Lukey is a guy that they're expecting to be able to come in and be a short yardage guy, be a fullback, do a lot of different things for the Dallas Cowboys, take up some of the slack that's missing from Ezekiel Elliott. So, another question that needs to be asked, can Hunter Lukey do all the dirty work for us? Can Hunter Lukey be the dirty work back for you? Can he be the guy to come in for pass pro? Can he be the guy to come in and get you short yardage at the goal line? Can he be the guy to come in on 3rd and 1 and be the power back to get you a tough first down? Can Hunter Lukey handle that role? Right? Can Hunter Lukey do that for you? So those are the questions surrounding the Dallas Cowboys running back room right now. They will be answered sooner than later, right? And really, I know I left Tony Pollard out of here, right? Because, I believe in Tony Pollard. He had 191 carries last year. He turned that into over 1,000 yards. He had over 1,300 yards for scrimmage. But, I am cautious. You always want to wait and see what somebody does when they come back from injury. I know it's not a ruptured Achilles. I know it's not a torn ACL or a torn PCL or anything like that. But, a lot of times, we expect people to hit the ground running after injuries, and that's not always the case. So, I will be interested to see, how Tony Pollard performed to start the season And if they give him some, some burn during the preseason, or they give him some burn, in like this the blue and white game, how he performs, how he moves, how he looks. Right. I'm curious about, how healthy Tony Pollard is right now. They say everything is a green and everything is a go. Right. But you still got to be a little cautious with that. You still have to be a little cautious with that. So, those are the questions. There's a lot of questions around the running back room. A lot of questions. Will Tony Pollard be able to handle the new workload? Who will be running back number 2? Can Hunter Lukey be the short yardage guy? It's a bunch of things, right? But we're gearing up and we'll have the answers pretty soon. We will have the answers soon, because I don't believe, that the Dallas Cowboys will let this linger. I think if they see the running back room struggling, they will bring somebody else in. If Malik Davis does not get it done in camp or in the preseason games, I think that brings somebody else in. If Ronald Jones can't get it done, I think that brings somebody else in. And listen, they still have an entire roster spot open. What's up, James? Hey, what's up with you, my guy? I see my boy Jameson Taylor done slid through, showing love to the liquor store. He said his Braves just took the lead on a 3-run homer. See, it sounds like you're watching an exciting game, man. I'll be taking my medicine, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, make sure you take your meds, man. You got to make sure you take your meds and you take care of yourself, my guy. So, yeah, that's a lot of questions. So what are some questions that y'all have about the running back room, man? What are some questions that y'all got about the running back room? Because those are mine. And really, man, when you look at that position, that's a lot. That's a bulk of the questions that you really have for the offseason, right? Right. That's the bulk of the questions. Will Tony Pollard be a good running back 1? Who will step up and be running back 2 to take some of that burden off of him? Can Lukey be what's advertised? Who's the running back 2? Right now, man, I think it's Malik Davis' job to lose. I think it should be Malik Davis' job to lose. Do you think Rico has a chance to do something for us? I really don't know. Just to be honest with you, I have no idea. And listen, it's hard. And let me just be 100% honest with y'all about something in regards to somebody like Rico Dow, who I do like, but let's keep it real. They already cut him once. They cut Rico, and he barely made it back on the team. So I really don't know if somebody can go from being cut to being an intricate part of your plans for the future. Yeah, he said he looked good in preseason a couple years. Yeah, but it's hard pressed to be cut and then be an intricate part of the team. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, it hasn't happened before, but I think the Dallas Cowboys will probably bring an outside running back in, if things don't work out. Before they keep going down the list, I think realistically, what will happen is the Dallas Cowboys got maybe 2 guys they will give an opportunity to. Realistically, give an opportunity to. They'll probably give Malik Davis an opportunity, and they'll give Ronald Jones an opportunity. I'm not bringing up Deuce Vaughn because I think that they're going to use him as a special team guy to start his career. I don't necessarily think that they'll throw Deuce Vaughn, to the wolves just yet. I think they'll give Deuce Vaughn time to get acclimated. But I don't think they'll just throw him to the wolves and it'll be a sink or swim scenario for him year 1. Especially not with his ties to the staff. His daddy is one of our scouts. So I don't think that they'll, throw him to the wolves just yet. He said Rico can't stay healthy. That could be part of it too. Well, yeah, that definitely could be par with it. They said, I agree. It's Malik Davis' job to lose. Yeah. He said, talk, Etta. What Etta say? He said, when they bringing back Zeke, the hell with the possible, we need the real deal. Oh, okay. Yeah, I do agree with that. I definitely do agree with that. So, hey, if you have question marks, you can go with a certified answer. Because at the end of the day, at least you know for a fact what you can get out of Ezekiel Elliott. Just last year, Zeke gave you 800 yards and 12 rushing touchdowns. And that is perfect for a running back too. That is perfect for a secondary running back. Jose, and we bring, I would like to see pony packages with Pollard and Zeke. Yeah, I'm not opposed to that either. And listen, I've been on record saying how much I would like the Dallas Cowboys to give Zeke an opportunity, to run in his own style system, because they're changing the entire blocking scheme. So, I think everybody here, was tired of seeing them run Ezekiel Elliott into the teeth of defenses. I think we all were tired of seeing them just run Ezekiel Elliott into a wall instead of giving him an actual opportunity, to either take the ball play side or give it a cutback lane. You have options, with the zone run scheme. So the running back is going to be more predicated on their vision, and their ability to see where the play is developing at. So, I would really love, for Ezekiel Elliott to get opportunity. He said you can get rid of Jones and bring Zeke back. You really never had to get rid of Zeke in the first place. That's one of the things that puzzles me. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that puzzles me. The Dallas Cowboys could have kept Zeke and just restructured his deal. You could have saved about $5 million just by having restructure on Zeke instead of outright cutting him. So you could have kept his production. You could have saved some money. And we wouldn't be sitting here with these questions for running back at this point. And then the Ezekiel Elliott detractors will have nothing to say. He wouldn't be one of the highest paid running backs right now. He'd be a running back that's making less than Tony Pollard. Action Pal, what's up with you, man? JC Cowboy Network, what's up with you, man? Y'all make sure y'all slide through and show my boy Channel some love, man. Said, what's up, Henny? I'm running a little late checking in, man. He's in slap. My boy say he's in slap 10 Eagles fans up, man. So, go ahead and slap 2 more, man, and make it a dirty dozen. Go ahead and slap your 2 more Eagles fans to make it a dirty dozen, my guy. But, hey, appreciate my boy Neil, the serial slapper, for tapping in and showing love to the channel, man. So, yeah, those are the questions around the running back room. And those are for the people who are just now coming in. We're talking about questions that need to be answered at training camp. So, right now we talked about, the running back room. And really the 3 primary questions are, can Tony Pollard handle an increased workload? Who will running back 2 be? And then 3, can Hunter Luepke, who they view as a fullback, can he handle the short yardage work? So those are pretty much the 3 primary questions around the running back room, at least to me. Ooh, okay. We can segue to that. Action Pal said guard questions. We can just pair that with the rest of the offensive line. We can pair that with just the offensive line question in general. So we know, there were talk about the Dallas Cowboys playing everybody at their best position. Right? They talk about playing the best 5, woo-de-woo. That still leads to questions. There's even more questions now. Oh, yeah, we definitely going to collab soon, JC. Don't even trip. He said, I'm hungry for camp UDFAs. Let's go make Keystone proud. Isaiah Land, Jalen Marino Cropper. I like all 3 of those guys. And that Marino Cropper, one of my pet cats. So But there are a lot of questions around the offensive line, though. Not to segue too far. First and foremost, the most recent question that has to be answered: does Zach Martin hold out? Right? Is Zach Martin going to be there for the first day of training camp? Right? He's already, the reports are already, out there that he's not happy with his current deal. He wants more money. He wants to be properly compensated for his talent and his time, and I don't blame him. I understand. Right? He's not getting any younger. There's not really going to be too many more opportunities, for him to go out there and get another bag. So, will Zach Martin report? Will he be there? Will he be ready to play? And then, like Matt Batten pointed out, TJ Bass will make the roster. That's my prediction. That TJ Bass is one of my dudes. Yeah, you already know I'm standing on the table for TJ Bass. He was the highest rated zone blocking offensive lineman in the NCAA the last 2 seasons, according to PFF. He has a ready-made NFL body. So, he can be plugged. I think he can be a guy that can plug and play at the left guard position if need be. So, that is another question. Outside of Zach Martin, if he will be in attendance, who will be, the offensive lineman, that make the team? Right? Oh, yeah. If it's a fair camp battle, TJ Bass is going to beat Josh Ball. If it is a fair and unbiased camp battle, TJ Bass is going to beat Josh Ball for that, swing guard role. You want to call it a swing guard, whatever. TJ Bass should beat out Josh Ball. Another question: Has Matt Waletzko taken a step in his development? Will Matt Waletzko be able to go out there and get meaningful snaps, especially with the possibility of Terrence Steele maybe not being available to start the season? Right? I know we're not talking about it. A lot of people are expecting him to be there to start the season. There's a good chance that Matt Waletzko will have to be a day one starter for you. Right, Action Pal said, will Steele be ready for the season? Will Tyler play guard or tackle? There's a bunch of questions around the offensive line too. Because listen, even though they said they want to play their best 5, we got to actually wonder where they plan on playing the best 5. I think Tony Pollard is running back 1. He said running back 2 should be Malik Davis. What do you think, HTN Sports? What's up with you, Johnny? My thought process, because we actually just talked about that before you slid in. My thought process is yes, Tony Pollard should be running back 1. And I also think Malik Davis is going to start off as running back 2. I think we all agree it's Malik Davis's job to lose. The only way he does not start the season as running back 2 is either A, he gets injured, or B, he underperforms so badly that they push somebody like Ronald Jones ahead of him. But yeah, man, I definitely think Malik Davis should be running back 2. He actually has experience playing in his own system. He did average over 4 yards a carry last year in limited attempts, so I want him. Raymond said he just got done eating. So, hey, man, since you already ate, you can go ahead and get intoxicated with us, man. You ain't supposed to drink on an empty stomach. So since you already ate, you're in the right place, man. We can go ahead and get drunk on the Dallas Cowboys content together, man. He said Larry Tunsil had the highest pass blocking grade on Madden. Well, that's good. Larry Tunsil is a good. He is a good offensive lineman. He's one of the best in the business. So they should. So you dog gonna say something crazy about him. Like Tunsil's a damn good offensive lineman. Just because he plays for a different team doesn't mean I'm gonna throw some slander out his way. He's real good. He's real good. So yeah, man. So where would they play them? Right? Do you think, as crazy as it sounds, they had Tyron Smith at right tackle last year? Do you think that they throw him back at right tackle again this year with Terrence Steele possibly missing time? Do they force somebody to play guard? Right? There's a bunch of different questions, floating around this offensive line room. And guess what? They all will be answered at training camp. Every single one of these questions will be answered at training camp. Now, we may not like let me throw this out there to y'all. We may not like the answers to the questions, But the questions will get answered, right? They could go out there and say, you know what, Terrence Steele, we think that you should play guard. You should be a left guard this year. As stupid as that sounds, like they may come out there with something crazy like that. South Texas, what's up with you, my boy? Appreciate you tapping in and showing love to the channel. Oh yeah, nah, Joe. We definitely have already touched on that. That's one of the main things we threw out there that Zach Martin may not be in attendance. So I got concerns. And then and listen, this is a question that will not be answered at training camp right now. This is a question that won't be answered, but what are the Dallas Cowboys backup plans? Who would they decide is going to be the backup left tackle? Right? If they do give the nod to Tyron Smith staying on the side of the field, that's going to make him a future Hall of Famer, right? Who's your insurance policy? Who will be the guy that they decide will be, the person to step up if Tyron Smith were to get hurt? We know that Tyron Smith only played 17 games over the last 3 seasons. So if he was, to end up injured or dinged or have to miss a prolonged period of time, who's going to be the next guy up for Tyron Smith? Is the plan going to be to move Tyler Smith back to left tackle and then let somebody else step up and play left guard? Will they have somebody in mind to let Tyler Smith play guard? And then just bring in, a guard. Will let's go play left tackle if Tyron Smith goes down? Will Edoga be a left tackle for you if Tyron Smith goes down and you can leave Tyler Smith in left guard? Like, these are questions, that I'm not really sure, we're gonna like the answers to. Because when you're playing Russian roulette, a musical chair of the offensive line, you a lot of times you're not gonna like the answers. I believe they will get something done with Zach. At least we're not the only team going through this. Chris Jones is holding out on the Chiefs, as he should. Chris Jones is probably going to be a future Hall of Famer. He had Defensive Player of the Year votes last year, and he doesn't feel like he is properly compensated for his talent. So he's probably their best defensive player. I think he deserves some money. You know what I'm saying? So, that's nature of the beast. That's the nature of the beast, though. I believe in Asen Richards to step up for us, left tackle or left guard. That's me. I think Asen Richards is about a year off. I could be wrong. He could go out to training camp and and act a dog, and earn some trust in the Dallas Cowboys coaching staff. But right now, I think Asen Richards is a guy that's like he needs a full off season. I think he needs a full off season to get acclimated. He's gotten better every year in college, don't get me wrong, but he has very limited time playing the position. I think he needs more reps. I don't think he'll be ready this year. I just don't think he'll be ready this year. Not to say that he won't, you know what I'm saying, because anything is possible. Anything is possible. He might be a quicker learner than we give him credit for. He already has the physical skill set, to play the left tackle position. Right, he's a great athlete, but I think he needs a little time. So I would prefer, them have a better, I would prefer them to have a better contingency plan, in place outside of a 5th round rookie. TJ Bass did play left tackle in college, but I think at the NFL level, because of his lack of athleticism, he would be a better left guard. I think he'll be a better left guard at the NFL level than he will a left tackle. He said Matt with the fire. Yeah, Matt stays dropping some good stuff. He said Asen Richards should get reps preseason at guards. Asen Richards needs a couple thousand more peanut butter sandwiches before I play him at guard. One of the reasons, I think it's the opposite, with Asen Richards and TJ Bass right now. Asen Richards has all the athleticism, but I don't think he's strong to play left tackle right now. But I don't think he's strong enough right now to play guard. TJ Bass has all the strength in the world, his 30 body, but I don't think he's athletic enough with the footwork and foot quickness to play left tackle. So I think they inverted. I think Asen Richards is going to be limited to playing left tackle right now, and then I think TJ Bass is going to be limited to playing left guard right now. I could be wrong, but that's just me looking at it right now. From the early results, from my early perspective on it. But I damn sure think that them two dudes right there have a place on this team. And with the departure of somebody like McGovern, I think they'll get ample opportunities to prove themselves. So, hey, man, let's take a real quick break, man. We're doing pretty damn good. I'm not going to lie to you. We got 39 folks watching in the liquor store right now, and we got 34 likes. So everybody has not hit the like button yet in the liquor store with your boy. Please hit that like button for me, man. Matter of fact, it says 41 folks watching on YouTube. So, hey, whoever has not hit the like button on YouTube just yet, man, hit the like button, hit that share button, let more folks know the liquor store is jumping. We're going to be rocking out. And listen, we got a lot more time to talk. We have not even made it to the rest of the position groups. We have only talked about our questions about the running backs, and we only talk about some of the questions about our offensive line so far. We're going to be rocking out for a lot longer. So, y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit that share button. Y'all hit them cash app, them super chats so y'all can earn an opportunity to go to the Dallas Cowboys home game against the Eagles, man. Said Matt Forniak, don't sleep on him too, left guard. I'm not saying that I'm asleep, but, I think that some of these other guys have more upside in him. I definitely think that somebody like TJ Bass has more upside than Matt Forniak. And maybe I'm biased. You know what I'm saying? I'm biased as hell. Because I've been standing on the table for TJ Bass since he got here. I've been standing on the table for TJ Bass since he got into the building. So, maybe I'm the one that's biased. But, I think that if given the opportunity, TJ Bass might be able to supplant somebody like Matt Forniak. Hey, appreciate you for the love, the original people. I thank you for that, man. Thank all y'all for hitting the like button and hitting that share button, man. Y'all the real MVPs for rocking with your boy in the liquor store like that, man. Salute to y'all. Salute. So, hey, there's some damn good questions that need to be answered, though, right? Will Asen Richards make the team? Will TJ Bass make the team? God, will the Dallas Cowboys again attempt to force Josh Ball down our throats? Who will be the starting five, offensive linemen to start camp? Like, we got a bunch of questions, that need to be answered. But we will know by Wednesday. They all report in Monday. They take 5 on Tuesday. They're going to jump right in, hitting the ground running on Wednesday. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Then we all know that West Coast will be in the building. He will be live at training camp. So, he will give y'all some exclusive coverage. I'll be tuned in. Y'all make sure to tune in when West goes live from training camp, man, so we can get some exclusive, knowledge about what's going on out there, man. I am not going to training camp. I'm going to preseason. Yeah, I am not going to training camp. I will be going to the preseason finale. On August the... Let me see. Yeah, August the 26th, I'll be going to the preseason finale. So I'll see the finished product. I'll see the dress rehearsal game pretty much for the Dallas Cowboys starters. Everybody else, this will be their last opportunity to make the team. So, it's going to be a very pivotal game for people to make the roster. So I will be in attendance for the Dallas Cowboys preseason finale on the 26th. Hey, Miss Regina Green, salute to you. Thank you for showing love and tapping in with your boy. Thank you for coming in and supporting the liquor store. And I know it's Sunday, so y'all ain't gotta get belligerently drunk or anything like that. But y'all can come in and have a little bit of communion wine or something. But yeah, everybody show love to Miss Regina Green sliding into the building, man. Salute to you. So we talked about our questions around the running back room. We've talked about a majority of our questions around the offensive line at this point. Now, let's talk about linebacker. And listen, that is a camp battle to definitely keep your eyes on. Let me refresh myself real quick. Drink a little bit of this apple juice. Outside of Leighton Vander Esch and more than likely Damone Clark, I think those are going to be your two, primary linebackers for the 2023 season. They've already paid Leighton Vander Esch. He's the linebacker that has the most experience on your team, right? So Leighton Vander Esch is pretty much a penciled-in starter for the Dallas Cowboys for the 2023 season. Damone Clark, we already know how high they are on him. We already know, that he's a guy that pretty much leapfrogged everybody last year to get playing time. He leapfrogged Jabril Cox, even though you can draw into question how healthy Jabril Cox was. He got playing time over Anthony Barr towards the end. So they think the world of Damone Clark, and he's a fantastic athlete. So to start preseason, to start OT, to start training camp, I definitely think your two starting linebackers will be Leighton Vander Esch and Damone Clark. Everything else is up, is up for grabs. So linebacker in general, right? You got guys like Devin Harper on the team. You got Jabril Cox, who was a former 4th round pick for you. Then you got the Overshown Texas kid, played at Texas, 3rd round pick, top 100 pick. Hey, DC for Life, Texas. What's up with you, my brother? He said, how are you, DC for Life? Let's freaking go. Cowboys number 6. Yeah, turn up, man. Hey, my boy in the building, man. What's up with you? Salute. He said, what about Williams? Who's Williams? Williams. We got a linebacker named Williams. Is he an undrafted free agent or something? Yeah, the Maurian Overshown, man. Yeah, at least I don't count Slam because Slam was an edge. No, he listed as an outside linebacker, but he plays the same kind of role that Michael Parsons plays. Like Slam Williams, is going to be a primary. It's going to be a primary pass rusher. So I'm not including him, in the linebacker discussion. Just like I'm not including Michael Parsons in the linebacker discussion. Their primary jobs will be to rush the passer and make the quarterback a living hell. Yeah, Miss Etta Lockhart. Yeah, this is her birthday. Everybody, make sure y'all show Miss Etta Lockhart some love and wish her a happy birthday inside the liquor store. I never heard of him either. The original people said he might be tripping though. I'll take a look at the roster in just a second. See, we got somebody named Williams on the team. Now, we got a lot of folks, man. There are 90 people that are officially on the roster right now. Of course, it'll get 89. We haven't actually filled that last roster spot. Sam Williams. Okay, nah, because I'm not including Sam Williams because he's an edge rusher. Yeah, because Sam Williams is an edge rusher. So I'm not including him in the regular linebacker talk. He said, "You're a good dude. Sam Williams more defensive end to me." Yeah, yeah. He's a pass rusher. Definitely a pass rusher, but he does got the linebacker label. You know what I mean? Yo, Big Tex Dallas, what's up with you, my guy? Salute to you. Thank you for sliding in and showing love. So yeah, those are definitely position battles I'm looking forward to, especially Overshown against Jabril Cox, because they are. Listen, man, hear me out. They are damn near the same player. Like when you think about skill set, body type, play style, like Jabril Cox and DeMarvion Overshown are damn near the same player. Both are linebackers with a safety background. Like they both are linebackers with safety backgrounds. Part of the allure of them, or they can drop into coverage. They can cover very well. They can rush the passer if you ask them to do so. They can tackle downhill. Well, we all know that Jabril Cox has had some issues tackling. That's sort of the reason why he hasn't got on the field. But either way, like coming in, those were the things being said about them. They got similar games, similar skill sets, similar abilities. Jefferson is a good one too, man. He said Jefferson is a good one too. I just gotta see that. Like I said, I know for a fact Damone Clark is safe. I know for a fact because of the money, Leighton Vander Esch is safe. Everything else is up for grabs. Because you got to think about it. Overshown, I think they're leaning towards Overshown. You don't draft a guy like Overshown if you're really that confident in Jabril Cox, because they played the same damn way. He said, what do you want out of Parsons this season? Just to be Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons does not have to do anything. If Micah Parsons is the same 13.5 sack guy that he was last season, I'm fine with that. Because up to this point, Micah Parsons has been an all-pro player every year. So the only thing I want Micah Parsons to do is be Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons make this third consecutive all-pro selection. Have another season with about 13 sacks, 14 sacks. I'm fine with that. Micah Parsons does not have to do anything but be Micah Parsons. He said, that's great, told you. Okay. He said, Pirates play Angels this weekend. Okay, cool. Is it true that Zach Martin isn't going to hold out if he doesn't get paid? That is what's being reported at this point, right? Of course, none of us have talked to Zach Martin personally, but what's being reported right now by the national media is that Zach Martin is not content with his current contract and is thinking about holding out. And since Zach Martin actually held out a time before when he got his first contract, I don't doubt it. He's already held out in order to get paid before. So I have no doubts that he's more than willing to do it again to get the same outcome. Because the last time Zach Martin flexed his muscles, the Dallas Cowboys caved instantly and paid him. So, if it's not broke, don't fix it. If it works once, it'll work again. So, I'm pretty sure the threat of him not coming will be enough to get him paid. They might have it already done, outlined, and done by the time training camp gets underway, right? They report Monday. They probably have the deal done Monday. You never know with the Dallas Cowboys when it comes to Zach Martin. They jump through hoops to make sure that he's satisfied. But yeah, man, that's the main camp battle for me in regards to the linebackers. He said, "You never cease to amaze me with your Cowboys history knowledge. I forgot he held out before." Yeah, man. I appreciate you for the compliment as well, my brother. But yeah, he is definitely a guy that's not to be trifled with. He's going to do everything in his power to get paid, and they know better. Like he's your best offensive lineman. You could make the argument for Tyron Smith, but Tyron Smith does not play a lot of football these days. Hoodlum, what's up with you, my guy? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the channel, man. Salute to you. You doing all right, brother? Yeah, man. We in here talking about questions that need to be answered. Right? Training camp is here. Training camp is here, man. This time tomorrow, they probably all gonna be in Oxnard. We get to see the Jets play the Brown Hall of Fame game. Saying, okay, cool. Yeah, they're gonna pay Zach Martin. They're definitely gonna pay Zach Martin. It's gonna be all rainbows and sunshine, and he gonna come back into the fold. And listen, the Dallas Cowboys definitely have a track record of doing contracts, during training camp. A lot of these contracts get done during training camp. So I wouldn't be surprised if they sign Zach Martin and Trayvon Diggs, or they sign Zach Martin and CeeDee Lamb, or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised. Or maybe a Dak Prescott extension coming down the pipeline. You never know. But I do think, not only will Zach Martin get signed, but I do think there will be another transaction that happens over the course of training camp. Damn, Hoodlum, I'm sorry to hear that, man. He said his car just got stolen last Sunday. Man, I hate to hear that, my boy. But I'm glad you're okay, man. Yeah, I'm glad you're okay, though, outside of that. But of course, man, you are in my prayers. I hope that it either gets discovered or that you get you another form of transportation soon. So yeah, so those are the main things, in regard to the linebackers. And it's not that pressing for me. The Dallas Cowboys usually only play with two linebackers on the field anyway, because they play so much big nickel. They play big nickel to the point that J-Ron Curse is the one with the green dot. So, the three safety sets is what Dan Quinn prefers to run. So a lot of time, instead of us being in traditional 4-3, we usually only have two linebackers on the field. So we usually go out there, 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, 3 safeties, and then our corners. Right? A lot of times J-Ron Curse, Donovan Wilson, and Malik Hooker are all on the field at the same time. I don't recall in recent history having so few questions or needs assigned for kicker and linebacker. Well, we definitely have some more questions outside of that. Yeah, we got a bunch of contracts coming up too. Tyler is going to be a free agent soon. Michael Parsons is eligible for an extension after this season. Diggs is going to be an unrestricted free agent after this season. Dak is owed $59 million and some change next season. CeeDee Lamb only has his rookie, his 5th-year option left after this season. Zach Martin only has a year left after this season. So there's a bunch of things that have to get followed. Big Game James. Hey, shout out to Big Game James, man. Salute to him, man. Salute to Big Game James. They will have a press conference signing Dak, Diggs, Martin. Yeah, they like making it must-see TV. And, it's not above Jerry Jones to have all these signings during training camp, to get some more attention onto his team. So instead of all this other coverage going on with other teams around the NFL, he'll have all eyes on the Dallas Cowboys. Very good marketing ploy, very good team building. Go ahead and sign your star players. So it's a win-win to him if he was to do it in that manner. But I did see my boy mention kicker. Right, so kicker is one of the things that we got to talk about. I'm not going to stay on this long, because the real questions behind the kickers will not be answered in preseason. The only answer, a show with Henny and Big Game J, would be some of the realest content out there. It would though. You know what I'm saying? So hey, we might be able to make it happen down the line, man. We'll see. So the only question you can really answer about your kicker in preseason or training camp is who your starting kicker will be. We already know it's going to be Vizcaino, or it's going to be the dude that we just signed from the USFL. Those are your two options. I would prefer the Dallas Cowboys bring in Robbie Gould, but Dallas Cowboys doing Dallas Cowboys things. So while we can determine who the starter will be week 1 just based off of this, you really don't know anything about either one of these kickers. None of these kickers have kicked in the NFL postseason before. The Dallas Cowboys struggles last season in terms of the kicker, was in regards to the how Brett Maher kicked in the postseason. So yeah, you're late, Danny. We already covered the offensive line. So if y'all are late coming in here, we already have discussed running back. We have discussed questions about the offensive line. We have discussed questions about the linebacking core. So we asked all the questions that we could possibly have. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, good luck to them. But I will say this: he did kick good during the regular season. He did not become a liability until the brights got light in the postseason. So you never know. After you kick that badly, you might get the yips and not recover. So we'll see what happens with Brett Maher. But I'm just glad, whatever happens with him, he's not on our team. So he's not on our team. So we ain't got to wait and see. We ain't got to worry about that with him. So yeah, so if y'all later coming in, the questions that we asked so far: will Tony Pollard be able to handle the increased workload, going from 191 carries to over 200, to over 230? Who will be running back 2? Can Hunter Lukey, handle the short yardage stuff and the blocking, for you? Can he do the dirty work in the running back room? Will they bring in a veteran running back if that doesn't work? Offensive lineman. Who is your starting 5 going to be? Will they play the best 5 of their best positions, or do they have a different mindset about it? Who's going to be the swing tackle behind Tyron Smith, since he's only played 17 games the last 3 years? Who's gonna make the active roster? TJ Bass or Asen Richards? Who's going to step up? Right? Linebacker. Overshown or, Jabril Cox. Right? Because they're basically the same damn player. We got a lot of questions in a very short amount of time to figure it out, right? Because we haven't even got through the rest of the positions yet. Calvin Jefferson, he says, all depends on how the text coach looks. We're going to use misdirection, quick swings to Pollard, run scheme. It's all good, Danny Savage. It's better late than never. So, don't trip. We just glad you're in the building with us. And that is a very good, that's a very good assessment. We know that they will be running West Coast principles. The issue is, how will they get to it? A lot of teams run the West Coast, but everybody got their own flavor. The way that Andy Reid designs plays in his West Coast system is not the same as somebody like Doug Peterson, right? Doug Peterson, iteration of the West Coast is not the same as Schottenheimer's or Sean McVay's. So it's going to be really dependent on what wrinkles would they bring to the Texas coast. Yeah, what wrinkles would they be able to bring to the Texcos, man? So yeah, that's very logical. He said, I don't like both our middle linebackers with surgically repaired necks. Well, I can see Deuce going to IR. Neither him or TP can pass block unless Deuce is kick returner, punt returner. I actually think that's more of a role for Deuce Vaughn this season. I definitely think that would be more of a role for Deuce Vaughn. He'll probably have to go out there, and get on the field that way. I don't think early on they'll run him to the middle of the defenses or, set him up for failure. As long as they go out there, and allow him to be a weapon and not just, a running back, because he showed that he can be a good receiving back. He's shown that he can make plays in special teams. He's shown his ability to, make plays in space. So, don't limit, Deuce Vaughn. I like linebackers, though. That's just me. Damn it. And listen, I just believe because the Dallas Cowboys are going to play a 3 linebacker look majority of the time, you're not going. I think you got sufficient linebackers for what you're asking them to do. Middle linebacker positions every play. Yes, one of the most physical positions in all of football, man. One of the most physical positions in all of football. So those are just a couple of the questions, man. Those are some of the questions we got to throw out there. There's a Philadelphia fan in Landlord, Alabama show it today. Excuse me. All right. So next, said we 2 plays away from having 215 pounds. Well, Overshown is not 215 pounds, I don't believe. I think Overshown is like 215, 220. I think Overshown is like 220. Yeah, Overshown is listed as 220, but to be fair, Fred Warner is the same. It's the same height. Fred Warner is 6'3", 229 pounds. He's 6'3", 220 pounds. So, the 10 pounds is a lot. I'm not going to lie to you. He might need a couple more peanut butter sandwiches. to be ready. Next questions that need to be answered. If linebackers battles at training camp will be fun as hell. You know what else is going to be, fun to watch, but not necessarily something that is critical. The edge rushers. I think I said this like a show or two ago. Like the edge rushing camp battles are going to be crazy. But you got to think about it, man. You got guys like Darrell Johnson, undrafted free agent. You got Isaiah Land, undrafted free agent. You got Tyrese Wheat, undrafted free agent. Right? So, you got some guys with a lot of talent. You got guys with a lot of talent out there. You know what I'm saying? You got guys with a lot of talent out there that may not even make the roster. Oh yeah, we great at edge. We're super deep at edge. You know what I'm saying? Like we have like fantastic depth at the edge rushing position. You know, I just don't know, you know, who's gonna make the team. Ooh, does KJ make the roster in training camp? HTM Sports say yes. I think he makes the roster because you gotta keep put into you gotta put this into context. He's a former second round pick. They're going to give him all the chances in the world to prove that he can make it in the NFL. So he's a former second round pick. You know, they're open to playing him at a multitude of different positions. You know, he has shown to be one of your best special team players. So, you know, I think he makes, even if he only makes it based on being a special teams player, I do believe, you know, that he ends up on the active roster. By hook or crook, I do believe that Kelvin Joseph ends up on the Dallas Cowboys active roster. I think he gets one more opportunity to prove himself. And then, you know, it is what it is after that. Matt said, would I trade Jordan Lewis for offensive line help? Because we are loaded, and we are loaded at that position. Yeah, so that's really two part. He said, would you trade Jordan Lewis for offensive line help? And as Matt Batten pointed out, we are loaded at cornerback. It depends. If somebody is willing to trade me a serviceable offensive lineman for Jordan Lewis, I would. Plus, if you trade him, you free up caps. You free up almost $5 million in cap room. The only downside to that, if you trade away Jordan Lewis and then you have an injury happen, you're right back to where you were last year. Right? Because if, Lord forbid, let's say Trayvon Diggs or Stephon Gilmore goes down, if one of your outside corners goes down, right, as of right now, you can move the Run Bland to the outside and then let Jordan Lewis, you know, start at the slot, right? But if you trade Jordan Lewis away, then you would either have to you good in time, Matt. Thank you for asking the question. He said Tyron Smith got hurt packing for camp, which is true. But, you know, like I said, there's a risk and reward for making trades, though, right? There's a risk and reward for making trades. Because injuries are possible at any point. Injuries are possible during camp. Injuries are possible during the first week of the season. Injuries are possible going to the postseason. So, you know, the Dallas Cowboys will just have to see if they're secure, you know, at the cornerback position. But I will say this. If Izzy McQuamu is ready to play boundary corner or if he's ready to take the cornerback for, you know, slot, then trade Jordan Lewis. If Izzy McQuamu goes out there, he balls out during preseason, he balls out during training camp, you know what I'm saying? Then you know, should feel comfortable in moving on for Jordan Lewis. So remember, he's your fourth corner. So as long as you have a comparable or better fourth corner, you could possibly move on from a Jordan Lewis. So, and listen, I'm glad you brought that up because that is a good, you know, camp question. Can Izzy McQuamu, and shout out to him, friend of the show, can Izzy McQuamu show the Dallas Cowboys enough during training camp and preseason in order to make Jordan Lewis expendable? Because listen, That boy got a lot of versatility. He could play on the outside. He could play in the slot. He's even been playing safety for the Dallas Cowboys. Hey, anytime, Matt. He said, I'm rooting for Kelvin Joseph. He deserves another chance before we give up on him. We will for sure adding some new pieces after the cut down deadline, as they should. There's going to be so many unemployed players, you know, around the cut deadline. It's going to be crazy. It's going to damn near be like a second wave of free agency. It's going to damn near be like a second wave of free agency. Izzy is getting safety looks, but he also played slot corner for you last year. When he shut down Chris Godwin, he was playing corner. When they put him on the field against the 49ers, he was playing good. He was playing corner. So even though he has gotten looks at safety, he was a cornerback in college. When he got on the field for you in the postseason, he was playing corner. So, you know, I like Izzy, but I think he's better suited to be a cornerback for you. I think he's better suited to be a corner. Like you don't just have a 6'4" guy out there and you don't let him cover somebody. You let somebody like Izzy use that link. Ooh. Yo, Danny Savage. I just thought about something. Because we drafted Eric Scott. Traded up to get him, by matter of fact. So you're right. The Dallas Cowboys, it might not even be based on Izzy, because Izzy got position flex. Because Izzy got position flex. Even if the cornerback room is too deep, you know what I'm saying? Like Izzy has a spot, you know, regardless. I think Izzy is a lot. I don't think Izzy got to do anything, Gil. I think Izzy's good. He played well in the postseason, you know, on short notice. Got all the physical assets in the world to be a very good defender for years to come. So I do believe that Izzy's spot is safe. But when you factor in the fact that they did trade for Eric Scott, they did bring in another corner, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Then shit. I don't know, man. Cornerback is deep. So, you know, I think the back end of the corner, you know, back room is a very worthy camp battle to keep an eye on. Because you got Nation Wright, you got Eric Scott, you got Kelvin Joseph. You know, like I mentioned Izzy, but like I said, I think Izzy is safe no matter what. Smoke 1-4. You said, Henny, what we doing for camp, bro? We need it live. You know I'm gonna cover the camp, man. So I will be covering camp right here from the crib, and then I'll be covering the preseason finale from the actual game itself. So I'm going to the preseason finale, but Wes and Landlord will be covering the draft in my absence. So Wes will be there the first week of the draft. Landlord will be there. I said the draft. Wes will be there the first week of training camp. Landlord will touch down the second week, and then of course I will be in Dallas at the preseason finale to cover that, and we can see, you know, the fruits of our labors. Yeah, we gave up a 5th round pick in 2024 for Scott. They were very high on him. They are very high on Eric Scott, man. So, but yeah, you know I go live. You know I go live and cover camp with y'all, man. Like, listen, it's a round the clock coverage. You know what I'm saying? It's a round the clock coverage. There's a lot of stuff gonna be going on. You know, but and listen, the position battles will be happening live. You know, as we talk about it. All these questions that we're asking, they will be getting answered, you know, right before our eyes. So you definitely know that I will go live and give y'all some content. Yeah, Izzy's a lot. Yeah, Izzy's a lot, man. But when you think about these other guys on the roster, Nation Wright, Eric Scott, I like how the three amigos are passing the coverage around like that. Oh yeah. Hey, anytime, Matt. You know you're more than welcome, my brother. Anytime, man. I appreciate you for the love, too. Hey, I hope you enjoyed your vacation. Smoke one for you. He said nice, so I will be home to see it. All my boy Trust. I will be very active next week. Been on vacation for 3 weeks, man. Hey, glad you enjoyed your vacation, my boy. Yes, I am going to the very last one. I'll be going to the very last one, which will be the Vegas Raiders coming to Dallas. So yeah, I will be in the building to cover that. So let me see. In fact, let me go ahead and pull up the roster list. All right. It said what city I live in. Will Sports topic. I live in a city called Texarkana, Texas. Yeah, 3 weeks vacation sound good as hell, don't it? Hey, salute to you too, Matt. I see you. Well, all right. So let's take a look at the current roster for the Dallas Cowboys. Hold on. Boom. So this is the Dallas Cowboys official site. This is the official listing of all the players on the team currently. So Isaiah Alacorn, he moved to defensive tackle. Brian Anger, our punter. So we'll go through this list, and everybody that's a lock, we're gonna call them a lock. So of course Brian Anger is a lock. He's your punter. Dorrance Armstrong is a lock, right? Brandon Aubrey, he could be your starting kicker. He could lose out to Vizcaino. We don't know yet. Josh Ball needs to get off the team. Jose Barbin, it will take a miracle for him to make the team. TJ Bass, I'm not going to call him a lock, but I do think that he will make the active roster. Marquise Bell is a lock. Tyler Biadasz is a lock. Starting center, of course. Deron Bland, starting slot, is a lock. Quentin Bohannon, I'm not sure yet. Based off of a couple of things, I'm not sure. Earl Bostic, damn sure not sure. Jalen Brooks, Miles Brooks, Damone Clark, lock. Brandon Cooks is a lock. Not sure about Tyler Cole. Malik Davis is a lock. Trayvon Diggs is a lock. I'm not going to say Matt Forniak is a lock. I think Simi is locked in. Junior Fihoko is a lock. Jake Ferguson is a lock. Dante Fowler is a lock. For the first time in a long time, I don't think that Neville Gallimore is a lock right now. He said, where can I catch the training camp? You can catch it on West Coast is Live, matter of fact. Yo, what's up with you, man? Shout out to Austin, Texas, man. I see you, Kevin Godwin. Yeah. So, I don't think that Neville Gallimore is necessarily a lock this year. Michael Gallup is definitely a lock. Stephon Gilmore. I think Chauncey makes it. CJ Goodwin is a special team captain. I think he makes it. Not sure about Seth Green. Not sure about Will Grier. Well, we don't even have another quarterback. So since they do allow you to have 3 quarterbacks with one not even taking a roster spot, I think he makes it. Jondon Hankins is a lock. Devin Harper is a lock. Peyton Hendershot is going to be a lock. Malik Hooker, of course. Jury is out on Dennis Houston. So just going through here, I'm trying to see who all has jobs and who all is going to be fighting for their lives. Darrell Johnson, don't know. Tyron Johnson is on the practice squad. Ronald Jones, Mr. Camp Body himself. I'm gonna go out on a limb, man. I think Kelvin Joseph is a lock. Nah, they like him. When John likes you, I'm talking about Bones. When Bones likes you, you know, like you stay on the roster. So I think he makes it based on Bones. And, you know, worst case scenario, he'll provide even more depth at cornerback for you. Even though I don't ever think I've seen him play corner before. That's his position, but, you know, we know he's more of a special teams ace. That's what I'm finna say, Keystone. He's gonna make it. He's definitely gonna make it. All right, so let's see. CeeDee Lamb, J-Ron Curse, of course, they're locks. I think Isaiah Land is going to make the team. I'm about 90% sure he'll make the team. But I'm not going to call him a lock just yet because anything can happen. But I'm 90% sure that Isaiah Land makes the team. DeMarcus Lawrence is a lock. Even right now, Jordan Lewis is a lock. Because I don't think that they'll move on from him just yet. Zach Martin is a lock. Jalen Marino Cropper is a lock. Izzy's a lock. Osa is a lock. Overshown is a lock. Micah's a lock. Tony. Dak, of course, is going to be a lock. Cooper Rush has no choice. Luke Schoonmaker is a lock. Monty Smith is a lock. Tyler Smith, Tyron Smith, Terrence Steele, Tolbert, Turpin, LVE, Deuce. I think Walesko, just based on needing depth, he's going to be a lock. Sam Williams is a lock. Donovan Wilson. So, hey, I definitely did not say 53 locks. I said a bunch of locks, but I did not say 53 of them. So we definitely have some interesting camp battles coming up for the Dallas Cowboys. Isaiah is a 4-3 wheel sleeper. What's up with you, Eric Wallace? Thank you, Wallace. Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the channel, my boy. I appreciate you for the support and the love, my guy. Real MVPs at the show. So this is not quite Q&A, but I am going to ask y'all. Out of these guys who I did not name as locks, who is somebody that I did not name that you can almost guarantee is going to make it? In your opinion, right? We all ain't got to agree, but, you know, put your personal opinion. Which one of these players, which are some of these players that we're not talking about that y'all will stand on the table, you know, and claim that they will make the team? Because I don't know how it's going to happen, but, you know, I believe that TJ Bass and Jalen Marino Cropper should make the team. I think they're good. What about y'all, though? Matt Batten said TJ Bass going to body slam Josh Ball this training camp. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're on the same accord with that. What about y'all, though, man? Me and Matt are in agreement about TJ Bass. We got the same pet cat. But who's a pet cat for y'all? It could be somebody that's been on the team that hasn't gotten playtime yet. It can be a new undrafted free agent. It can be a young guy. Oh, Logan Harlan. I know I haven't seen that one. He said Logan Harlan said Jalen Brooks. Big Ben and Rich said Eric Scott. Smoke one for you said Lupke, Bass, Cropper, and Durden. Will, if this was any other team, I would agree with you. But how many training camps and off seasons did Tristan Hill survive without doing anything just because he was a second round pick? At least, you know, KJ gets on the field and plays special teams. I think KJ makes it just based on the way the Dallas Cowboys operate. Not saying that he's gonna go in and take a job and play a lot on defense from anybody, but the way the Dallas Cowboys operate, they're not going to get rid of him just yet. They want to return on that investment, unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you feel about KJ. Tavis Banks said Darrell Johnson. That's the boy from Liberty. I damn sure like him. Riz Kid said Cropper. Matt Leslie said Cropper. Oh yeah. I like Cropper. He said TJ Bass and Tyrus Sweet make the roster. That's my prediction for training camp. All right, those are good ones. Those are good ones. So both of them actually had grades. Both of them actually graded out. Both of them had like draft grades on them. So if I'm not mistaken, both of them had like 4th round grades, and somehow they fell to being undrafted. He said Nation Wright or KJ is not going to make it because they go give the new rookie corner a chance. Then odds are it's going to be Nation. And listen, I think that Nation Wright has played better up to this point than Kelvin Joseph has in terms of cornerback play. In terms of cornerback play, I think that Nation has outperformed Kelvin Joseph up to this point. But I know the Dallas Cowboys, so you're right. It's probably going to be one of them. And because Nation Wright was not a 2nd round pick, I think he's going to be the one with his head on the chopping block. Whether it's fair or not, because I definitely think that he outperformed Kelvin Joseph when he actually played. Oh yeah, and hey, he's an SEC boy. Tyrus Sweet played in the SEC. I like Nation. I like him more as a player than Kelvin in terms of coverage and playing defensive back. I think that Kelvin is the guy with more talent. He said, "What type of player you think Jalen Tolbert is?" I think Jalen Tolbert, when he reaches his pinnacle, he's going to be a faster Michael Gallup. But when we had him on the show, that was some of the main thing he was talking about. Like his skill set was making plays in college. His playmaking ability was down the field. He's about 6'1", 6'2". He got a long wingspan. He's able to high point the ball. Right, like those are things that he did excellent. Those are the things that made him a 3rd round pick, despite playing at a smaller school. So I definitely believe that he can be like a faster Michael Gallup for you. I think he can be a big play receiver for you. He just has to get on the field and get some consistency. But the man is 6'2" and run a 4.4. So, I believe in his skill set. I just got to see it all come together. But, we're in a new system. He's put in the work. He looks stronger. He seems more confident. He doesn't have to run a bunch of different option routes. So, I definitely think that that's the kind of player that he will be in the NFL. I think that Jalen Tolbert's going to have a couple of 30-yard plus plays for you this year. I don't know if he'll have like huge volume numbers just based on the wide receivers ahead of him, but I could see him, having like 4 or 5 touchdowns with like 3 of them, being from over 20 yards out. I definitely think he could be a big playmaker for you. Yeah, listen, he got a great catch radius, great speed, great size. You just gotta get him on the field and let him, get some burn, man. I think Isaiah Land makes it too. I think he makes it. Like I'm 90% sure that Isaiah Lands makes the roster. Cause Dan Quinn wanted him like 2 years ago. Before he could even get drafted, Dan Quinn had eyes on him. Dustin Roberts says Cropper was a 4-star recruit. Yeah, he a baller, man. We're super deep at wide receiver, but I definitely think he's a baller with a lot of plus with a lot of upside. And I think he fits the scheme. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not a possession receiver or nothing like that. He is a yards after catch, dynamic playmaker with the ball in his hand. Now he didn't do it against the best competition in the world based on the conference that he played in, but he is definitely, a guy that fits into a West Coast system. Yo, man, we're gonna move into the Q&A section of the liquor store, man. We're gonna move to the Q&A section. Then after that, we're going to give you raffle updates. So we'll move to the Q&A section of the liquor store. Then we'll give you raffle updates, and I'll give y'all opportunities to get your raffle entries in before we leave. So go ahead and put your questions to the chat box, man. And listen. Training camp is upon us, but training camp has not started yet. So you can still ask whatever the hell you want to ask. It's July the 23rd. Ask whatever questions you want. Ain't no football being played right now. Ain't nobody that lost their job right now. Ain't nobody to secure the job right now. Ask what you want to ask, and we're going to rock out just like that. Yeah. Hey man, he got great college tape and he got great highlights. And that's one of the reasons why I was so bullish on him. That's one of the reasons why I was so bullish on him. When we drafted him, because I know he didn't play in the biggest, conference or at the biggest school, but he's still great. Henny, when I heard the competition stuff, man, all I think about is all these black college players that showed out in the NFL, aka Rice and Everson Walls, Oh yeah, man. Yeah. Now there's some great players, to come out of HBCUs, man. I'm really surprised more than get drafted or brought onto teams. But we got two right now in Bell and Isaiah Land. You know what I'm saying? Both them boys some dogs. Yeah, if you a baller, you a baller. Well, that's why I'm not scared about drafting guys from small schools. Because I think it translates. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, hey, you're the best, Matt. Thank you for your support. Said, be honest, bro. Do you think Eagles make the playoffs? Because I don't. They go struggle with a tough schedule. Only one team coming out the NFC East this year because every team got a tough schedule. I will say this. Well, you also got to think about it like this. The NFC as a whole is down. We got some good teams at the top, right? The Cowboys, the 49ers, the Eagles. Those are probably the three best teams in the entire NFC. The Vikings are in a semi-rebuild. They lost a bunch of players. They lost Dalvin Cook. You know what I'm saying? They're getting ready to move on from Kirk Cousins next year. Then you look at the Packers. You don't know what you'll get from Jordan Love over the course of a full season. They weren't even a playoff team with Aaron Rodgers. Detroit, they're on the come up, but they got some question marks as well. Chicago has question marks. So I think that the Eagles make the playoffs just based on who the hell else is going to make the playoffs. Like the NFC has to send 7 people to the postseason, right? They have to send 7 people. So I think the 49ers make it. I think maybe the Seahawks make it. The Cowboys, of course. I think that the Eagles make it. Who else? Like who else is in the NFC that's a dog? Detroit. Matter of fact, I think the Saints win their division, so they gotta go. Yeah, because somebody gotta win. Somebody gotta win the NFC North. So I think Detroit wins their division, right? But I don't think anybody else in that team is going to be good enough to be a wild card team. So Detroit wins that division. The Saints win their division. The Cowboys, we win our division. The 49ers win their division. So those are the 4 divisional winners. So out of those 4 divisional winners, you got 3 wild card teams. So I think the Eagles get a wild card spot. I think possibly the Seahawks get a wild card spot. And then let's see. Yeah, then that's sort of my point, Will, because the NFC is not that strong right now in terms of teams. You know, I think it's definitely going to be the Eagles in it. Whether they're not going to win the division, but you know, like I do believe that they make the playoffs. He said, "Facts, standing sad for the Seahawks on my dark horse team." Yeah, the NFC is really wide open outside of the top teams. So as crazy as it sounds, I still think that at bare minimum, the Eagles are the 3rd best team in the NFC. At bare minimum, right? 3rd best team in the NFC. But there's a possibility that they are a wild card team based off that. Yes. And remember, Dak Prescott has already beaten Aaron Rodgers. Dak Prescott has a win over Aaron Rodgers in 2016. He went to Green Bay and won that game by double digits. Dak Prescott had 1 interception and 3 touchdowns. So Dak Prescott has already beaten Aaron Rodgers. You know, we just got to beat Aaron Rodgers in Dallas. I think he finally get that monkey off his back, beating Aaron Rodgers in Dallas. But, you know, Dak has a win over Aaron Rodgers. It'll be the first win since 2016. So, you know, it'll be very monumental, you know, for us getting that monkey off our back. But we done it before. I think we can do it again. I don't think, you know, that they'll have time, just being the second week of the season. I don't think they'll have time to get everything lined out. Dallas, Philadelphia, New Orleans, San Francisco, Seattle, Minnesota, and Detroit. I don't think Minnesota makes the playoffs. I don't think Minnesota makes the playoffs. But yeah. Y'all keep putting the questions in the chat box, man. Y'all got some good ass questions though, man. Yeah, Fish 82. Philly, I think Philly makes it. And if y'all don't got any questions, then you know I'll move to give y'all the updates. Keep it a little G, Henny. Be honest, my boy. Folks are really tripping, saying dudes will not be worth nothing. Nah, that's too far to say. worth nothing. I'm not going to go and say that. What's up, damn Dizzle? I think there is an opportunity for him to contribute. I'm not sure what that role will be, but I think there's a opportunity for him to contribute to the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know if is it going to be on special teams. I don't know if it's going to be as a running back 3 or running back 2, but I do think that Deuce Vaughn will get opportunities to get onto the field and make an impact. Damn Dizzle, what's up with you, my boy? Eastside Herald back said, "Go Texans, Astros, and Rockets. And go Cowboys, Rangers, and Mavericks." San Francisco beats us with Uncle Rico at quarterback. Bad matchup. It has been a bad matchup, but I think that was more of Kellen Moore not being able to overcome DeMeco Ryans. Yeah, Deuce Vaughn will be worth something. He'll contribute. I don't see him being the guy in Dallas right now, but he'll contribute. What would you change about the Cowboys draft this year? Oh, you know what, Matt Leslie, you're gonna make me stay on here about another 40 50 minutes. We're talking about camp battles. We didn't even mention the damn tight end room. We sit up here talking about all these different camp battles, and we have not even talked about the tight end room. So if I could change anything about the Dallas Cowboys draft, I would not have drafted Schoon, whatever you say, I ever say it. I wouldn't have drafted Schoonmaker in the second round. Because as of right now, Jake Ferguson appears to be the tight end that's going to win the starting job. Right? It seems as of right now, as I said it, right? As I said it coming into the season, I said after the draft, Jake Ferguson is going to be the starting tight end. He's already played in the NFL. He's already went through an offseason. He's already healthy. He's already been putting in extra work with Dak Prescott and building a rapport. He's already shown flashes. One of the talking points, one of the consensuses, and when you went out there and got rid of Dalton Schultz, was that Jake Ferguson and Peyton Hendershot would be good enough together to take up the slack. So instead of relying solely on Dalton Schultz to be the primary tight end, y'all, the consensus was you'll be able to go out there, have Jake Ferguson, and Peyton Hendershot, take up the slack. Well, if that was the case, if you were so sure about those two, there was absolutely no reason to draft, a guy in Schoonmaker who was not really a pass catching tight end at the school that he played in, right? And was older and already had an injury issue. If y'all know anything about what's plaguing him, he has a plantar fascia issue. If that name sounds familiar, right? If that name sounds familiar, Amari Cooper was hindered with plantar fasciitis, which means he had a chronic plantar issues. He said, wasn't Torrance available when we took the tight end? Yes, he was available. Yes, I wanted him. He was the highest graded run blocking out guard in the draft. I wanted him. Now, there were some questions about his mobility because we are moving to a zone style run scheme. There was some questions about his ability to get up to the second level and make the necessary blocks in the kind of system that we are running. But I would have at least drafted him based on the talent and the physical traits, and I would have seen if we could coach him up and help him with his footwork and ability to get to the second level to perform some of these zone blocks. But I think he'll be a good fit, for the Bills. I think the Bills are going to like him moving forward because that's who ended up drafting him. He played 5 years. Oh, you talking about Fant? I actually think that Fant, because he's supposed to be a fullback. I actually think that Fant is competition for Hunter Lupke. Because he has like you said, he has a running back background. He was a lead blocker. He's shown that he can get in the end zone on short yardage situations. Shown that he can line up and catch the ball. He even shown that he can throw the ball. Right? They use him on a trick play to throw for a touchdown. So I definitely think he's more of a comp, for somebody like Hunter Lupke. Like, nah, the Jaguars are going to win the Texas division. They'll have to win at least 9 or 10 games to be a wild card in the AFC. Now, the AFC is ridiculously loaded because the Steelers will be better this year. The Browns will be better this year. The Ravens will have a healthy Lamar Jackson. The Bengals are still a very good team. Kansas City is good. The Chargers are supposed to be good. They got decent personnel, but that hasn't helped in the last couple of years. You expect for the Broncos to be better. Then let's see. The Bills, Aaron Rodgers ended up going to the Jets. The Dolphins are supposed to be a good team if Tua could stay healthy. They were a playoff team last year. So the AFC is super deep with teams and quarterbacks and everything else. So it's a possibility you can go 10-7 in the AFC and not make the playoffs. There's a possibility of going to 10-7 and not making the playoffs in the AFC this year. I'm not gonna lie to you. Very deep. He said Chargers gonna take the step back with Killamore calling plays, probably. Or I should say that now I think that they'll throw for a lot of yards and a lot of touchdowns, but I definitely do think that Justin Herbert will have a career high in interceptions. I think that Justin Herbert will have a career high in interceptions this year. You think Miami going to win it over Buffalo? It's a possibility. Buffalo still got to figure out that offensive line and that running game. I'm going to laugh. Killamore goes off, then we know it wasn't him. Remember, it's not about if they have a bunch of yards against teams they're supposed to beat. It's about if they play the Dallas Cowboys and score 10 points. It's about if they go to the postseason and they get held to 12 or 14. Henny, the tight end I wanted was at Cincinnati, bro. That dude reminds me of Kelsey. Tua won't make it to the Dallas game. He said, "Trust me, I hate killing." Yes. Now he's good athletically, but I got to see him play. Also, Schoonmaker is not healthy. Schoonmaker is not healthy. Has not been playing no football really. He was at a boot at OTAs. Yeah, situational football was the Achilles heel of Killamore. Yeah, he's a better blocking tight end. He's a much better blocking tight end than a lot of the guys we had. So I will give you that. Red flag school. Yeah, man. Now, normally, I don't be tripping about injuries. We have a award-winning medical staff. We have a track record of getting guys in and keeping them healthy. Look up Wiley 2021 tape, even more impressive. Yeah. Listen, even if we were to get a tight end in the draft, right, I would have preferred it to have been later. Right. There were plenty of guys out there, for us to pick up. Schoolmaker made me sick. Yeah, man, that was a iffy ass draft. All right, so now that we discussed that, man, I'm gonna give y'all the raffle updates. So Mickey has 10 of them. So Craven Cowboys, wherever you're at in the world, you got 10 raffle entries. Salute to you. Dwayne Brown, my brother, has 14 raffle entries. It's Too Easy has 5 raffle entries. Brian Kite, you need another $5 to get a raffle entry, my boy. Hoodlum, you got 2 of them things, so salute to you. Sharon Bell, you have a raffle entry. DC for Life, Texas, my brother, you got 10 raffle entries, man. Salute to you. Neil, you got 20 raffle entries, my guy. Salute to you. The Lunatic, you have a raffle entry. Donna Holmes has 6. Taiwan has 4 raffle entries. Crystal, you have a raffle entry. Mike DC4L has a raffle entry. He said, I need a raffle entry, damn it. Hey, go ahead. You got plenty of time to get them in, man. In fact, let me see. Cause yeah, you just sent $2 that time around. So you send another 8, you'll have a full raffle entry. I'm giving you a 2024 draft at tight end. Johnny Langs Rutgers has started tight end, fullback, quarterback. Typical New England pick. Book it. Okay. I'm sure gonna keep my eyes on the kid. So yeah, so Taiwan has 4. Crystal has 1. Mike DC4L has 1. Josie Guetes has 2. King G got 3. Michael Autry has 3. Let's see. VA roster 17 has 17. Big Benny got 1. Justin got 3. Sugar Daddy got 1. Damn Dizzle got 1. Big Dal got 2. JJ the Mime got 2. Wonder got 3. Salter has 2. My brother S.A. Richburg is leading the way with 22. Mucho Boomin got 2. David Sorrells has 2. Dwayne Morris has 2.5. You're $5 away from getting your third. Triple D has 1. Melvin Brownlee has 4. Jay Money got 2. Marquetta, you got 2. Big Tex got 1. Miss Regina Green got 6. Choctaw has 1. Jose Bank got 2. The Original People got 3. NFZ has 1. Dunna has 3. Reggie with 3. Kevin Richards has 2. Matt Leslie, you have 4, my brother. Freight Train has 2. Common Sense has 2. Q Dog has 2. JR has 1. Vernon Scott has 1. Desmond Ironman has 2. Michael Lockhart has 1. 80s Baby has 1. IROC has 2.5. Keystone has 2. Benny Stanley with 1. Data Yoda with 1, Philly with 1, and then Patrice has 7. So that is where everybody stands in regards to the Dallas Cowboy ticket raffle. So if you want to improve your odds of winning the Dallas Cowboys raffle, one of the 3 prizes, which are a Dallas Cowboy ticket to the Philadelphia home game in Dallas at the AT&T Stadium, a ticket to the same game for standing room area, and a PlayStation 4 or a Dallas Cowboy jersey. So those are the 3 prizes. If you want to participate, get your raffle entries in by the 1st of August. August the 1st is the last day. We will call the winners on the 2nd. Shout out to Neil. So Neil, I got your entry. So you now have 21 entries, my brother. You have the second best odds of winning the main prize. And then the brother S.A. Richburg has the best opportunity. He has 22 and you have 21. So appreciate you for your support. He said, I will enter the raffle to kick Jerry in the balls for firing Jimmy. Well, if you enter this raffle, you will at least get into the building. I can't help you. I can't help you get past the security, but I can get you in the building. Oh, man. So, yeah, y'all want to be like Neil and improve your odds of winning the tickets or the PlayStation 4 or the jersey, or if you just want to support your boy Hennythemoor and all our endeavors in the liquor store, hit the Cash App or hit the Super Chats, man. He said, LOL, Danny Sapp. Yeah, you be wilding, man. You been trying to kick this man in the balls, for months at this time. Well, you probably want to kick him in the balls for years, but, you just recently told me about it a couple months ago. NLZ, what's up with you, my boy? David tapping in and showing love to the liquor store, my guy. Salute. All right, so y'all got any final questions, regards, or remarks? Before we get out of here. He said, I'm going to use the training I got while I was in to get inside his suite and slap the fire out of Jerry. Look for me at the end of the month, Henny. We about to be rich. All right, bet that, my brother. I'll be looking for you at the end of the month. He said, Jimmy wins 5 in a row and a 5 to 8 more stars in Canton. Man, we definitely were on the road, man. We had the roster. We had the roster in place. We just needed the coaching. Just needed somebody to help get the boys over the hump. So, any final remarks on the way out? He said probably Brandon Cook's turn to turn up in Dallas. He gonna turn up. Without a doubt, Brandon Cook's gonna go crazy. We win that damn title game in San Francisco if Jimmy is coach still. Yep. You are right. Camp starts on the 26th, so that would be Wednesday. Wednesday the 26th is the first day of camp. Dallas Cowboys report in tomorrow on the 24th. They'll report into Oxnard on the 24th. The first day of training camp will be on the 26th, which is Wednesday, at least according to the tally. Maybe so. Not sure yet. I never like doing night shows alone because I'd be on the verge of going to sleep. But if Wes is down and Landlord is down, then I will be down. Hey, I appreciate y'all for the love and support, man. So, hey, I'm finna go ahead and tap out. We've been on here for 2 hours and some change. So y'all make sure y'all hit the like button on the way out, hit the share button on the way out, hit the Cash App on the way out, hit the Super Chats on the way out, man. So y'all can get an opportunity to go to this game. So thank y'all for the love. Thank y'all for the support. And I will holler at y'all later on, man. Peace. God bless. And I'm outie.